Here's a question for you folks. If you are a conservative, if you are a Republican, are you going to allow the party after Trump leaves to go back to party cronyism that allows corruption and cronyism and just garbage back into power? For that matter, we have a 2026 election coming up. Are you going to keep electing the same people that are basically going to allow the same spending habits that Trump and Musk are getting out of the government? Are you going to allow them, these folks that have allowed this to happen over and over again, to come back? That's the thing. You have to make a change in the Republican Party to keep this corruption from coming back. And it's up to you, the voter, to do it. So let's talk about that a little bit. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself. Now, folks, I want you to think about this for a minute. I really do. How many years have you had people complaining, oh, we can't get anything done because we can't, as the voter? How many times have you actually done anything to make sure that the Republican Party gets people into a position to get elected that will actually work to make changes? Think about that. What have you done as a voter other than vote? Actually, if you take a look, most people don't vote. Are you getting the vote out? Are you getting people in the primaries elected that will actually make a difference? Because if you don't do that, then all the changes that you are clapping your hands about are going to get erased. All the spending and all of that is going to go back to the way it was. They're going to hide their regime changes. They're going to hide their backing of groups that you don't support. You have to get more involved, or at least get the right people involved that you can honestly say, hey, I did my part by making sure that this happened. To be free, well, that takes some work. And that's my question to you. Are you doing what is necessary to be free? Because if you're voting for the Democrat Party, you're not voting for freedom. If you're voting for mainstream Republicans, I hate to tell you this, you're not voting for freedom. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to support MAGA candidates. If you don't support MAGA, or if you're not really part of MAGA, but you can agree with what's going on, then okay, fine. But you need to have, if you want to keep things going the way that they are going, you need to have small government people elected. You need to have a Ron Paul. You need to have a Rand Paul. You need to have so many people that are like that. Heck, you even need Marjorie Taylor Greene, even though there are days that I don't always agree with that woman. She is probably far better than a lot of the alternatives, than, say, the Mitt Romneys of the world. You need to elect. You need to keep pushing to get these people at least in the House. And if you can get a change on your local level, then you can probably make it so that you can change the state level. And if you don't want to be the one doing the work, at least do the work enough to get people in control of your local area that are going to be able to keep this up. This is something that you have to do. You have to get some involvement, because if you don't, this is going to, all of these things that you're seeing change are going to come back. And if you get thrown out of the party, well, guess what? You keep making sure that your voice is heard. And I want to hear about it if you do. Look, the Republican Party has an opportunity right now to further go down the right path, to continue to be for the little person, to continue to be the party of common sense. You see what they're doing over in the Democrat Party. Well, guess what? If we become complacent, then they'll get back to the point that they can make changes that will hurt this country. We have to keep making a fight of it. You see what's going on. Okay, yes, you may not have the time. Well, get hold of people that do have the time, work with them. We have to build communities, folks. We have to continue the ability to have a government that is for the people, that isn't for everybody but the people. I listen to all of these Democrats. You want to know the one thing I rarely hear them talk about? I hear them talk about, oh, this special interest group or that special interest group. And yes, they've been forced to talk about voters a little bit, but they don't actually talk about the voters. I listen to people like Mitt Romney. Rarely do I hear him actually talk about voters unless it's forced to in whatever conversation he's having. But guess what Donald Trump does talk about? Guess what J.D. Vance talks about? We need that to continue. And so we have to fight to keep this going. End of story. Well, this has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. I thought I'd give you something to think about. Have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.